What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Cowl Vault, and in today's video, by request of one of my subscribers, we're going to review this Red Hood helmet that I've had in my collection for a long time. So yeah, let's get into it. So yes, this is a Red Hood helmet that I have in my collection. I've had this for quite a few years. Now, this is actually just a helmet that you can get off of eBay. It is made of plastic, and there's a few different options that are available. There's ones that have drilled out eyes. There's ones that have a little black insert around the eye and a little plastic piece for the actual eye socket. But these are just made of plastic. This is not a high-end replica by Fourth Wall Design or anything like that. This is just a plastic helmet. You can actually find this on like Wish.com, eBay, some Chinese bootleg sites, and it's about $30 Canadian. As I said, it is made of plastic. Mine actually did start to come apart here at the seam. So it's just been duct taped back into place for now, because originally I was using this for a Red Hood cosplay a few years ago. But after I was done with it, now it just sits on display because I put a lot of work into this. When you get this, it's just all bright red. My version did have the actual the black eye inserts with the plastic. I just took a Dremel and cut those right out. And I put this carbon fiber looking mesh in the eye that is a one-way see-through material. So you can actually see through this. I'll see if I can, here's my fingers, guys. You can see right through the eyes, but you can't see through them this way. And they have like this really cool carbon fiber octagon design in the fabric. I got this fabric at Fabricland in Calgary. It was rather cheap. I got some gold and some blue. I actually don't have any more of that fabric, but I wasn't sure which color I wanted to go with, because I wanted that reflective look without actually putting the lenses in it. Because I did have sunglass lenses in here before, but this would fog up way too much. So I wanted an alternative reflective material that would look really, really cool, but also didn't fog up. So that's I actually found this fabric at Fabricland in Calgary, and I used it. I just cut the eye sockets to shape and super glued them in. So it's just fabric, but it makes the helmet look really, really cool. I also took a X-Acto knife, and I went in and did a bunch of battle damage. You can see here on the eye all of these scrapes that are in the helmet. I took an X-Acto knife and cut scrapes into this. I took a mallet and beat it up quite a bit. And then I hit this with a red primer from Rust-Oleum. And then I went in with black washes. So I went over this whole thing with shoe polish, some black shoe polish, to get into all the little cracks and crevices. All the really, really deep lines that I wanted, like obviously the detail lines through his helmet. I went in with a fine tip black Sharpie. And then I just took some regular acrylic paint and you know, dusted up the eyes and stuff, and really went crazy in some areas to make this thing look really battle damaged. And then I also had a metallic paint that I dry brushed certain areas to make this look like exposed metal. So the helmet you can get, like I said, online for about $30, and then you can customize it yourself. Just, you know, like I said, take an X-Acto knife, maybe take a kitchen knife or something, a thicker blade, cut some stuff, some details into this. Take a mallet, beat it up a little bit, throw it out on your driveway, kick it around, whatever you got to do to get that battle damaged look. And then go over it with a black wash. Well, first prime it, then go over it with a black wash. Go in there again with some acrylics. Give it that dusty black look around all the battle damaged areas. And then, you know, go in with some chrome. Get some exposed metal areas. And then I just sprayed it with a flat clear coat. And it keeps all this detail in. It's never going to rub off. This has been fully painted for years, and it just sits on the shelf. But like I said, it is just made of plastic, so it does have flex. When this arrives, okay, because it is a bootleg helmet from like Wish.com and eBay and stuff like that, it's going to be rather morphed, okay? It's going to be a little misshapen. So just take a heat gun to it. Before you do anything, just take a heat gun to it, heat up the whole thing, and then just stretch out and put the helmet back into its natural shape. And as the plastic cools, it will just maintain that memory of you forming it back into the regular shape. Also, one thing that I did that I forgot to mention is there actually is like a chin. There's a chin lip that goes all the way around this that sits underneath your head, your chin, sorry. I actually just trimmed that away because I couldn't actually fit the helmet on my head. So I trimmed away that whole chin area. But when you're wearing the helmet, you never see under the chin anyway. And I was wearing a balaclava to cover my neck, and I just put the balaclava over my chin so that if I did look up, you couldn't see into the helmet. But this is a really, really nice, cheap alternative to a high-end replica helmet made by an independent seller like Fourth Wall Designs. I've heard that Fourth Wall Designs in the past has been not a very reliable seller. So if you guys want a, you know, very comic inspired Red Hood helmet for cheap, this one is a good way to go. I'll leave a link down below if I can find one of these online. I do see them rather often. I'll put a link to one, and you guys can go order yourselves one. Do a little bit of work, and you guys can have this really awesome Red Hood helmet for your display. Really the only downside to this helmet is that it's made of plastic, obviously, so it's really, really slippery, and like there's not really anything for a display stand to catch onto this. So the way that I display it is I have this really big fuzzy dice, and I just put this inside the helmet kind of diagonally like this. And then it sits up off the shelf, kind of like this. If I can get it to stay. Kind of sits off the shelf, kind of like this, so that it's not facing down or facing up, depending on if you cut that chin off or not. But yeah, I read a message quite a long time ago that somebody wanted me to do an updated showcase on this. So I apologize it's taken me so long to get to it. But I wasn't doing anything today, and I was like, somebody asked to see this, so here it is. Again, you can get this on eBay, about $30. Just do some custom work yourself. You can add some mesh lenses or some white lenses, whatever you want to do, and you guys can have this really cool looking Red Hood helmet for really cheap. All it is a $30 helmet and the cost of supplies to make it look really nice. Overall, I think I maybe spent $40 total to make it look this good. The fabric was cheap, the paints were cheap, I had an X-Acto knife, I had a heat gun. So yeah, you can make this helmet for under $50. Instead of, you know, spending a lot of money on a high-end helmet and then having to wait for it and maybe dealing with some unreliable sellers. So there it is, guys, the Red Hood helmet. I'm not going to put it on. I do know that it fits. It's a little tight. I'd say it probably fits up to a 24-inch head. But again, with heat forming, you can morph it to fit your proportions properly. So there it is, the Red Hood helmet. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Let me know what you think. And until next time, peace out and be good people.